And we have seen earlier, Ishvara has got two tattvam, para prakriti and apara prakriti. He says, my para prakriti is my higher nature and apara prakriti is my lower nature. In other words, apara prakriti is Maya. And from Maya, this Srishti Sthiti Laya Karanam has come. Jagat Karanam. So that is why the world and the objects and all of us, jivas, we are all part of the divine. Paraprakriti, part of the divine. And in Bhagavan's Srishti, everybody is divine. But in practical application, we find that our swabhava has got both divine aspects as well as asuric, demonic aspects. Both aspects are there. But later on, Bhagavan is going to say, I am responsible for both. He gives an example of, in the same family, Ravana was born, Vibhishana was born, Kumbhakarna was born. But the gunas of these three people are entirely different. Vibhishana was sattvic, divine quality prominent, sattva guna prominent. Ravana has rajoguna prominent, and Kumbhakarna has got tamoguna prominent. Lazy, all the time sleepy, not interested in any activities. So that means the same family. We are not talking about three different people in the same family. But the father and parents are same. So similarly here, Bhagavan says, I am one and the same, but I have these three prakritis, Maya, Trigunatmika Maya, three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamo guna. And actually that dictate our Swabhava, Swarupam. Swarupam is common, but Swabhava, our character. So our character is determined by our gunas. Like what we have seen in the same family, three persons, all the three have different characters. So all of us are manifestations of the divine. And para prakriti has independent existence. It does not depend upon apara prakriti. But apara prakriti will come only if there is para prakriti. So para prakriti is independent, apara prakriti is dependent. To take Maya, the Trigunatmika Maya, in the case of para prakriti, Maya is under the control of Ishvara. It has no independent existence, under the control of para prakriti, Ishvara. Whereas in the case of Jiva, we are all under the control of Maya. Maya dictates our term, because Maya means here three gunas. Unfortunately, even though we have been given intellect, buddhi, we are not able to discriminate the difference between what is real and what is unreal. Because our attention is all the time on worldly objects, that is apara prakriti. So we are not concentrating our attention on para-prakriti. Net result is, that is why we have this samsara, our sufferings. Samsara is nothing but sufferings. Bhagavan says, I gave both. He says in the sloka, 13th sloka, Tribir gunamayahi bhavaihi devihi sarvamidam jagat. Tribir gunamayahi bhavaihi devihi sarvamidam jagat. Mohitam nabhijanati mamebhyaha paramavyayam. I am paramavyayam. That you don't know. That is apara-prakriti. Because I have deluded your intellect. That means I have taken away your intellect. The discriminative capacity is not there. So he says, deluded by these nature states of things, composed of the three gunas of Prakriti, all this world knows me not as immutable and distinct from them. So the reason for our samsara is our ajnanam, ignorance. In the case of jiva, it is called ignorance, and in the case of Ishvara, it is called maya. Maya has got, ignorance has got two qualities. One, it is called avaranam, and the other is called vikshepam. Avaranam is veiling power, covering the truth. Avaranam, veiling the truth, covering. And the vikshepam is projecting power. Projecting power means we can project. The world is a projected manifestation of divine. All of them are divine, but because it is mixed with the gunas, we have different characters. A innumerable combination is possible. Somebody can be 90% sattva gunam, 5% rajo gunam, 5% tamo gunam, because these three gunas are required because somebody needs a rest, so he is in tamo guna. And he has to eat, so he has to work for his food, existence. So he has to be active himself. So some rajoguna. But pure sattva-guna, 100% sattva-guna, not possible. Because we are in this world. Similarly, in the case of rajoguna, prominent rajoguna, sattva-guna is almost minimum. And then tamoguna attended to that one. And in the case of tamoguna, maximum, like Kumbhakarna, 6 months sleep and 6 months awake. But he doesn't do anything, eat and sleep. That's all his philosophy. So Prakriti, this Trigunatmika is called Prakriti, nature, our nature. And here Bhagavan says, you don't know my nature. Why you don't know my nature? Because your intellect has been deluded. By whom? By me. I have purposely deluded your intellect, and it is for you to remove the cover and know me well. Na abhijanati should be made abhijanati. I know you, I know well. And that is the samsara nivritti. That is from, if you want to get away from ajnanam, you have to get jnanam. So that is the final thing. So we are all actually trying to understand what is jnanam. But Bhagavad Gita gives a very, very detailed analysis of jnana yoga. What is jnanam? That is in the second chapter. Even akarta, abhokta, sarvavyapi, sarvashaktiman. I don't do any work, I don't enjoy anything. no activities. So all these he has given the qualities. I am ever nityaha, shuddhaha, I am pure, I am not mixed with any impurities, nirmalam, nirvikaram, for me there is no modifications, but all these are there for apara prakriti. So God has got independent existence, that is called Satyam, and the world has dependent existence, that is Mithya. So Satya Mithya discriminative knowledge we can only get through buddhi. But if the buddhi is deluded, like people taking alcohol, his intellect gets totally static. He has no, he blabbers something, but he is not talking from his own original this situation. Intoxicated, because the brain got intoxicated and then he does not know what he is doing. How can we come out of this, from this samsara? How the delusion can be removed? So delusion can be removed by, we already see, karma yoga, upasana yoga, then jnana yoga, reading shravanam, then mananam, and then nididhyasanam. See, these are the steps. In the earlier chapter, first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we can take the example of Arjuna. Arjuna was going, he was ready to fight the war. And then he was even commanding Lord Krishna, station my chariot in front of the army. I want to see which whom I should fight. Up to that is okay for him. He had high spirits, full of spirits for doing that, for taking the war. But once he saw Bhishma and Drona, he totally lost his buddhi, because that buddhi got corrupted because of his attachment to his grandfather and guru. Moha, that is the mohitam. And then he started blabbering. He started giving discourse to Lord Krishna. How can I do these other adharmic activities? The war is not a dharmic activity. We have to kill so many people, relatives. The way he is not talking from his own sense. It happens to us also. When I am totally depressed and angry or sorrowful, I may blabber so many things which I may later on say, I should not have talked like that. It all happens in our day-to-day life also. That is because we are deluded. So once you can see the man who has taken full liquor, fully intoxicated, he is not talking sense, he is all talking nonsense. So if I have to remove my moham or delusion, then my intellect has to be sharpened. How can I sharpen my intellect? Because now my buddhi, that viveka shakti has been taken away from me. I should restore that viveka mukti, and I should be able to establish I am not this body, I am not this mind. That is called jnanam, atma jnanam. So once you have atma jnanam, then you are released from the sufferings of this worldly life, samsara. Nowadays, in even Nani we can see when somebody is not well, maybe a headache or a fever, most of us will go and tell him, yes, it is a common thing, it is because of the climatic change. You take this tablet, you take that tablet. I mean, we are all doctors because we have some half knowledge. Maybe, I took one tablet which cured my headache. It doesn't mean that it will cure the other fellow also. A day will come, that man who is suffering, he may try all the advices of his friends, but ultimately he will come to know that these things are not going to work. So what I have to do? I have to go to doctor, qualified doctor also. Because there are 3-4 types of doctors. Because some doctors, they don't get any patients, so they reduce the charges. So people go to him. Even then it is not curing. Then he go to a specialist. So that means when you come to know that you are helpless, I cannot solve this problem, samsara problem, or my sickness, diseases in this case. Then I have to diagnose myself. What do I want? I have to get rid of this ajnanam. Now I am ignorant because I am already fascinated with my body, gross body. And I am spending most of the time for the body only, physical body. So if I diagnose properly, then what I will do is, I will go, this Maya has created these 3 gunas, so, and he is under the control of Ishvara, then I will seek the help of Ishvara. And before that, I have to surrender. That's what Arjuna did. Arjuna said, I tried all my best, all my known Vaidya, you can call it, home remedies, all that things, Ayurvedic, homeopathy, allopathy, everything. Ultimately, I have to go to a special doctor to get my cure. So similarly here, after understanding my problem can be solved only by the one who has given this problem, that is Bhagavan. As I told you, Bhagavan is responsible for both. Because we are seen in the creation, in the same family, there are divine people, there are Asuri Sampat. They call it, in the Bhagavatam, Kashyapa Prajapati. He had about 8-9 wives out of the 2. So the one name of the wife is Diti and the other is Aditi. Aditi had all Asura children and Diti has all 12 Adityas. That means divine people. The same family, Prajapati, but Kashyapa is nothing but a witness. He is witnessing the scenario. So the problem is within us and the solution is also within us. The other thing is that we always feel that we are not 100% complete. We are not Purna Swarupam. Actually, we are not Purna Swarupam. And because we are lacking something, we go out to get some objects from the worldly area to make that little shortage of the Purnatvam to make it Purnatvam. But that is not the way, because everything is Apurnam. If I have to depend on something, then that has to be permanent. Most of us would have gone to Haridwar. If you have gone to Haridwar, you have to enjoy a dip in Ganges. And Ganges flow is so rapid, hurricane type of flow. And you cannot just enter the water, which is chilled water, refreshing water, and you want to play. You love to the swimming and all that, but swimming will not work. So what they have done in Haridwar is, they have put a chain, number of chains. So you catch hold of one chain, and then you enjoy playing in the water. Because you are at the back of your mind, you have a security at your back. That means you will not be washed away by the torrential water flow. So you enjoy as well as you have a backup of that chain. The chain is Bhagavan. And that enjoyment is done by Maya, Prakriti, which we are doing it in most of the time, in this type of. So even for enjoying a dip in Ganges in the torrential flow, so we depend on the chain. Because we all feel, that once you have a dip in Ganges, we are very fresh. We are totally relieved of all our earlier papas. But what happened? You are holding to a chain. So even in our day-to-day life also, we have to depend on somebody. But normally what we do is we depend upon, the child is depending upon the parents. And the old people are depending upon their children. And we have seen what happened to the old age people. So there are lucky families where the children look after the parents. But there are many other families, they say, okay, we will send you the money, but you look after yourself. That is why so many of these senior citizens' home have come. It's all man-made because we are depending on something which is also not dependable. That can also shake. When somebody is climbing the Himalayas, what they do is they put a tent. It happens in number of places like, Badrinath, Kedarnath and all that. You will see, that he would have kept a tent and the whole landslide comes, the tent is also totally gone. So this knowledge that we should depend on something which is independent, which is all the time independent, that is called a security that we can get only from Bhagavan. So this 13th shloka gives a detailed diagnosis of our samsara problem. What is the samsara problem? That we need some help, permanent help, and I have to get out of my delusion. Because my mind is deluded, intellect is deluded, I am not able to think properly, I am not able to contemplate properly, I cannot take any particular decision because of delusion, intoxication. So I should have a clear knowledge of what is para prakriti and what is apara prakriti. Both belong to the same God. That is gunas, because the gunas is the prominent quality of apara prakriti. To give one more example, the apara prakriti, this moha, delusion, mohitam, he has used the word. It is like, we have heard in Purana, Mohini. Bhasmasura story, all of you know, that finally Shiva has to go to Brahma, and Brahma created from his own, through his Maya, Mohini, and then Bhasmasura was burned to ashes. So Mohini creation is from Bhagavan only. Bhagavan has to protect himself because he gave a boon to Bhasmasura. When he places the hand on anybody's head, they turn to become Bhasma. And he wants to test it. And he wants to test it on Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva started running. Finally, he has to go to Brahma. And Brahma helped him. So we have a lot of these Puranic stories. When we read, the inner meanings are totally to understand the details. Even in our modern marketing technology, if you see now the chocolates, bare chocolate, if you can cover with a plain paper and you try to sell it. But it's very difficult because even a boy is attracted with the package. If the package is good, he will buy. And packages cost more than the cost of the chocolate. There is a Sanskrit saying, Avicharyam paryantam ramaniyam jagat. Ramaniyam jagat. Avicharyam paryantam ramaniyam jagat. As long as you do not contemplate, this world is very, very enchanting, glamorous. Ramaniyam is glamorous, jagat world. When avicharyam paryantam, before contemplation. So, samsara karanam is ajnanam of Ishvara, Paraprakriti. To develop Paraprakriti, what is mind after all? Mind is nothing but a flow of thoughts. Lot of thoughts are flowing through us. And they say, you do upasana yoga, concentration, japa. Normally, japa is used because we just say Rama, 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 Krishna, 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 but that is japa. But you know, two thoughts will not come at the same time. If I say Rama, 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 there is a small gap between two Ramas. Rama, Rama, Rama. Now in cricket, you know, we have a slow motion. When the bowler is bowling, when the bails are going out, you can see in the slow motion. The third umpire looks at the slow motion and decides whether the fellow is out or not. So similarly here, if you look at slow motion, between two thoughts, Rama, Rama, there is a gap. And if you can concentrate on that gap, that is your Swarupa. So that means when you go on talking, chanting Rama, 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 now you are concentrating on the name. But later on you concentrate on the interval between the two names and purposely try to increase the gap. Rama, Rama. See, if you do it in a slow motion, that gap you will be able to see, and that is your Swarupa. And that, once you know that Swarupa, the thoughts, what you are doing now, Rama, 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 that is actually the basis that thoughtless state. That is Bhagavan. That is Paraprakriti. So that is the reason, that is why some japa, people who get japa, you know, they get, when you go to a guru, he gives you some mantrovadesham. So when he gives you this mantrovadesham, the thing is, we should be able to concentrate on between the two thoughts and give a larger gap. Later on, once we concentrate on that gap, increasing the gap, that means that becomes your Samadhi state. That means you are one with the Bhagavan. And later on you will come to know, like, you know, sun covering the cloud. We say clouds are covering the sun. No, it is the other way. Because we are not able, with our small aperture in the eye, the cloud is covering our aperture. That's why we are not able to see. But between two clouds, you can see if the sun is there, you will see, especially in the case of the night moon. Clouds are moving. So in between you will see the moon. So once you know the moon is there, then you will not concentrate on the cloud. So that is the way of getting to know Paraprakriti. When I have voluntary thoughts, when I use the name of japa, for japa, Rama, 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 that is my voluntary word, subject, which I can stop, which I can continue. But there are involuntary thoughts. There is no, you cannot stop it, involuntary thoughts. It just comes. That is the reason why we should go for satsang. So in the case of satsang, you are all satsang. Satsangatve Nisangatvam, Nisangatve Nirmohatvam, Nirmohatve Jivan Mukti. So you can see now, if you are in the company of good people, your thoughts will also be divine. And that is one way of sharpening the intellect. Ekagrata. There was one lady, maybe around 70 years or 65 years. So she went to Ramana Maharshi and she asked, I get frequently anger. What should I do to reduce my anger?
Somehow he wouldn't squeeze the bag.
So Maharshi said, absolutely no problem. Whenever you get anger, take a 100 rupee note and put it in the Lord Guruvayurappan's undi. Then this lady said, it will be too much for me. I mean, she is getting frequently angry. So every time 100 rupees. Undi will become full in much shorter time. But then Maharshi said, that is true. When you get angry, 100 rupee note also should come at the same time. So later on you will come to know, you will concentrate on your anger, that I should not get angry. I should look at what you call as the reasons for my getting angry. So that to make you alert. One is to get angry and do whatever activities you want to do, damages and all that. But the other thing is that you should be aware that I am now getting angry. Finished. Once you know that I am getting angry, I can always control my anger. Consciously, I can control my anger. So this 100 rupee value is not for the value, but it is to make you alert. We have seen in all our offices when we go, when the boss is in an angry mood, he will shout at you. And at that time, what will you do? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We will not answer because he is angry. And if you give a reply, your job is at risk. So there you are able to control your anger in front of the boss. But at the same time, when you come home, you get angry and you do whatever you want to do. So we are all able to control our emotions, but unfortunately we are not doing it. So if you are able to control your emotions, naturally that Viveka Shakti, that Buddhi will get sharpened, that Viveka, discriminative capacity will increase. And once Viveka Shakti increases, then I know I am not this body. There is no mind at all. Because when you are in deep sleep, there is no mind. So that is the purpose of this satsanga. People used to say about psychiatry also. There are many people who go to psychiatrists. If they have got some depression, if they have got some mental problems, so we go to psychiatry. But one leading psychiatrist told Nachur Venkataraman when he was discussing it with what you call as a reputed psychologist, after listening to the Nachur Venkataraman's lecture, he also knows little bit of Vedanta. And he agreed with Nachur Venkataraman, there is absolutely no mind. And when there is no mind, I am treating you with psychology. I am treating that mind. And that's exactly, that is Maya. That is the work of Maya. So delusion. The final thing is, the psychiatrist told, I know well that I don't know. I know well that I don't know, and we are treating that mind which is not there. When you are in deep sleep, there is no mind. And again, in chapter 18, in the last 61st sloka, Krishna says, Ishwaraha sarvabhutanam Krishdeshe Arjuna tishtati Brahmayan Sarvabhutani Yantrarudani Mayaya. Ishwaraha Sarvabhutanam Kritdeshe Arjuna Tishtati Brahmayan Sarvabhutani Yantrarudani Mayaya. So Maya is making us to dance to the tunes of ignorance, ajnana. And we are forced to do that activities according to Maya. We are fitted in a machine, and if you put the switch on, the machine will start revolving. Brahmayan Sarvabhutani Yantrarudani Maya. So Tameva Sharanam Gacha Sarva Bhavena Bharata Tat Prasada Param Shantim Stanam Prapsyasi Shashwatam. So you resort to Bhagavan, Paraprakriti. Now, what is the solution? We know the problem now. You went to a doctor, he has given the solution. Now, the solution according to Krishna is surrender to Bhagavan. He says now, like Krishna Arjuna surrendered. Here he says in the 14th sloka, Daivi Shesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mameva E Prabhadyante Maya Meta Sarantite. Daivi Shesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mameva E Prabhadyante Maya Meta Sarantite. Verily, this divine illusion of mind, made up of gunas, caused by the qualities, is difficult to cross over. Those who take refuge in me alone come to cross over this illusion. Verily, this divine illusion of mind, made up of gunas, is difficult to cross over. Those who take refuge in me alone come to cross over this illusion. Now he is giving a solution. Samsara Karanam we have seen in the 13th sloka. Here, how to remove. The only method is Sharanagati. He says here, Mameva e Prabhadyante. Surrender to me alone. As I told you, all jivas are activated by Maya. So we are slaves to Maya. So if Maya says do this, we will do that. If Maya says don't do that, we will not. Because Maya has got glamour. So we go after items which attracts us, like the chocolate. So we go there. But that will put you in difficulties. If Bhagavan wants to destroy somebody, there will be a rich man, plenty of money, plenty of this thing. But he does not spend anything for useful purpose. No charities, no this thing, everything for selfish. Even try to harm others if possible. Like what we are hearing now, that if somebody wants to destroy the Indian economy, we have seen so many foreign powers are inimical to us, are pumping money to some unwanted elements here. And that creates problem. So here what Krishna says is, I know very well it is very difficult. Daivi Shesha Mama Maya. Daivi Shesha Mama Maya. This Maya is my own Surupam. He has given 4 adjectives to Maya. 4 adjectives. One is Maya by itself. There is a definition, a simple definition for Maya. In Sanskrit they call it Ya Ma Sa Maya. Ya Ma Sa Maya. That which is not there is Maya. That is, Maya is not there. It is a new illusion. That which is not there is Maya. Ya, ma, sa, Maya. Is a very, very Upanishadic definition for Maya. So if there is a darkness, darkness can be removed only by light. So one guru took his Shishya to a dark room and switched off the light. Darkness was there. So he asked his Shishya, it was dark when we came in. When I put the switch on, the light came. Now tell me where the darkness went. Where the darkness went. Shishya is a very clever Shishya. So what he did was, he put the switch off again. Then he told him, how the darkness came. If you answer this, I will reply to your question. That is Maya. Darkness is Maya. So this is one quality. Second is Daivi. It is part of divine Ishvara, Lord. Third is Gunamayi. It has a modification of the three gunas. Sattva, Rajas, Tamo guna. Gunamayi. Mayi means vikaram, manifestation. And then he says Duratyaya. Duratyaya means very, very difficult to cross over. Why it is difficult? Because it is not there. If it is not there, how can you remove it? And here Lord also says Mama Maya. So it is not something it has come from outside. It is my own Maya. So we also have sometimes, if I take liquor, I get intoxicated myself. So I have created Maya with myself. So it is not external. There is no Maya coming from outside. And this Maya creates a lot of these bondages. If I am attracted to something, Sattva will get attached to the people who want to learn more and more. Knowledge people, they will, they go to a Higginbotham store, bookstore, they will only go to the division where scriptural texts are available. They will go there because they want to go on increasing their knowledge. Sattva guna. So bondage with knowledge. Rajoguna is bound with action, activities. And Tamoguna is bound with laziness, alasyam, or sleep. So all the three gunas, their character is to get you bound. But in the case of Bhagavan, what happens? Maya is under his control. So these three gunas cannot show their face. So that is why he says, you surrender to me. I am the boss of Maya. So if the subordinate, if I face any problem with my immediate boss, my next step is I will go to the higher boss and put my complaint. So Maya will not help you. So you have to go to Maya's boss. That is Mayavi. That is Bhagavan. That's what he says in the second line. Mameva e prapadyante. The one who surrenders to me. Prapatti. Prapatti means surrendering. So if somebody surrenders to Bhagavan, Maya etam tarantite. You can cross over the Maya. That is the present life problem, samsara problem. In the case of surrender also, it's a very technical term. In the case of two countries fighting a war, one country says, I will not be able to fight anymore, so I surrender, show the white flag. We are not talking that surrender here. That surrender is because of fear, that I will not be able to continue the war. So let me get out of this. The only method is surrender. The second thing is protection. If I want protection, where will you go for protection? Again, we go to Bhagavan. Right now, I will try to get protection from my nearby people. If I want some help, I will seek the help from my friends and all that. But that is also not permanent. Some people may give in the first instance. Second instance, if you ask again, they will not give. So that means again, that is also not surrender. That is not a surrender. Then the third is for any activity, what we are doing, you have to put some effort. Self-effort, prayatna, is a must. Now, one fellow says, I don't want to put any effort. Bhagavan is there to help me. I go and surrender. That is not surrender. That means it is not a replacement for your self-effort. Replacement for self-effort is not surrender. So what is surrender? It is not alternative of this or that. You have to do both. First, you do your effort, self-effort. And say, after doing self-effort, pray to God that my effort should become successful. Pray to God that my effort should become successful. For that you surrender. That is called real Sharanagati. Real Sharanagati. At that time, Bhagavan will definitely come and protect you. If somebody says, I know a reputed fellow, I know him very well. Yes, he knows him well. But we should not ask him whether that fellow knows you. So our approach to Bhagavan also should be, yes, I seek help from Bhagavan. But you should own Bhagavan. Bhagavan should say, you are my Bhakta. See the difference, If you say Bhagavan is helping you, if Bhagavan says, yes, you are with me, I am with you. In the case of Vibhishna, Sharanagati, what he said, I am not different from you, I am your Bhakta. He surrendered totally. Then Bhagavan has to give protection. They used to say, Perumal was lying down with Mahalakshmi on the leg side, and suddenly Perumal got up. And the Mahalakshmi asked, what happened? Why you want to go? Hurry. No, one of my Bhakta is calling me, Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. So I want to go and protect him. And the fellow who called Narayana, he was a carpenter. And he had a neighbor, Dhobi, one washerman. And that washerman was beating this carpenter. And carpenter could not bear this. So he said, Narayana, sought the help of Narayana, Narayana. After Perumal left a few yards, he again came back and started sleeping. So Mahalakshmi asked, why? What happened? So he said, that carpenter has become now washerman, Dhobi. Means he has given, the washerman also started behaving like that Dhobi. So that is also not surrender. Even though he is called Narayana, 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 Narayana was ready to help, but he took law in his own hand and started beating that guy. So Bhagavan says, I come back. So real Sharanagati is Vibhishana Sharanagati. That is what we always say. He told Bhagavan, I am one with you. I am not separate from you. You and me, we are one and the same. I am a Bhakta and you are my guardian. So that is the real Sharanagati. That's what he says here. Jaivi Shesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mameva E Prapadyante Maya Etam Parantite. It's very easy to cross over. But the requirement is that you have to have a full Sharanagati. So, out of fear, no Sharanagati. For protection, no Sharanagati. To avoid self-effort, no Sharanagati. For any assistance, no Sharanagati. So, you have to do self-effort and pray to Bhagavan that my prayatnam or self-effort should be successful. So, that means we are taking the power of Bhagavan for your efforts. So Bhagavan will bless you at that time. நம்ம ஒன்றும் பண்ணாததுக்கு பகவானே எல்லாம் பண்ணணும்னு சொன்னா அவர் கண்டிப்பா வரமாட்டார். So that is the Sharanagati. So here he says, if you want to get out of this samsara, these sufferings, whatever sufferings we have, if we have started this in the beginning, it's a quite early stage, because we are all now senior citizens. We want to, in the fast food culture, we want everything just like that. No, it is not possible. Put your self-effort as much as possible and then request Bhagavan, yes, please help me. My power is limited. I cannot cross over the samsara. So please help, give me your power. He has got bigger power than us. So we are, because of our ahankara says, no, I will not surrender. Why should I surrender? Ahankara is the major obstruction for all of us. So if you want to get rid of this ahankara, catch hold of Bhagavan. Once you are under Bhagavan, ahankara is what? Maya. So the boss of ahankara is Bhagavan. So that is the reason why surrender is a very, very important aspect. And that's what he says. Mameva e prapadyante. Whoever is surrendering to me. Even the Arjuna says, Karpanya doshovaha sasvabhavaha prityamitvam dharma sammura chetaha yes resyas vichidam bruhi tanme shishyas teham shadi mam tvam prapannam. When he was totally helpless, that is, his power cannot do anything. At that time he requested Bhagavan, I am your Shishya, I am your distinct, and teach me what is Shreyas. So that is how Bhagavad Gita made was a what you call as a remedy for all our sufferings, problems, life's problems. So with this type of thinking, analysis, because whatever we read, we should be able to understand why we are doing this. Thinking, as I told you, that avicharya padyamtam ramaniyam jagat. So long as we are not using our buddhi, buddhi is very, very key element in our system, that viveka shakti. If you lose viveka shakti, you are no more a human being, you are an animal. So that's what he finally says. This we will conclude today. Next week, next Thursday, Natarajan will take up sloka number 15 and 16. And time permits, we'll again go for 17. Om Purnamata Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamada Purnameva Vashishyate Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om.